여러분 안녕하세요. 지뿌입니다. 오늘은 정말 독특한 게임을 같이 할까요? 제목은 The Gametrekking Omnibus 이라는 게임이에요. 네, 트래킹을 아시겠죠? 네, 이 게임이 한글이 없고 개발자님이 백인이라도 개발자님이 오랫동안 한국에 계셨어요. 그리고 그 개발자님이 여러 가지 한국에 있는 경험 때문에 게임들을 개발했어요. 예를 들면 DMZ를 처음 보셨을 때 새로운 경험이라서 그리고 마음에 와닿으셔서 게임을 개발하셨어요. 그리고 이제는 다른 게임은 여러 가지 아시아에 있는 곳에 이동하면서 경험을 해보고 이렇게 이 게임을 만들었어요. 그래서 최근에 저를 연락하고 이 게임을 보내주셨어요. 그래서 제가 한번 해볼게요. 어떤 내용인지 정확하게 모르는데 그래서 우리가 같이 처음으로 해보고 어떤 내용인지 알게 될 것 같아요. 그래서 the omnibus features sound throughout. It is recommended you enable sound on your device and use headphones or speakers with good bass response. Click to continue or Q to quit. Control F anytime to toggle full screen. 좋아요. 클릭하고 시작.
Hi, my name is Jordan Magnuson. During 2011, I set off to travel Asia with a plan to create small, experimental games and interactive sketches about the things that impacted me along the way. This omnibus is the result of that endeavor. Use the navigation bar above to explore my creations by country.
좋아요. 예, 그리고 이동 지도가 있어요. 이렇게 먼저 한국에서 시작하고 그리고 다른 아시아 중국 그리고 남국 여러 가지 그런 말레이시아 나라에 이동했어요. 그리고 네, 좋아요. 사진도 있어요. 그리고 개발자님이 좀 멋있어요. 맞죠? 그래서 먼저 Korea. 좋아요. 한국 먼저 뭐 할까요? Freedom Bridge 이라는 게임은 이곳이 DMZ에 관련된 게임이 있죠. 그래서 먼저 이 게임을 시작하고 여러 가지 경험들을 해볼게요. Arrow keys to move. 방향키 누르면 움직일 수 있어요. 사실 저는 2년 전에 2해 전에 제가 한국 여행을 갔어요. 갔을 때는 DMZ 가지 못했어요. 그래서 제가 직접 DMZ 봐본 적이 없어요. 아마 주인공이 피가 나고 있죠. 지금 오른쪽 귀에 발음 소리 아니면 바다 소리를 듣고 있어요. 아니요. 물 소리, 강 소리? 와. 사실 그것을 이미 보지 않았어요. 네. 와. 슬퍼요. Freedom Bridge spans the Imjin River between North and South Korea. Despite its name, it remains impassable from either side. 맞아요. 그렇군요. Press escape to return to the menu. 그렇군요. 그래서 사진 손 보고 다른 게임을 볼게요. 네, 개발자님이 한국에서 영어로 가르쳐 주셨어요. Some of the middle school students I taught for a year in Korean countryside. 시골에서 시골에서 가르쳐셨던 학생 사진이에요. Empathy for the social isolation that some of them felt inspired me to create the short interactive sketch Loneliness. 그 Loneliness이라는 게임은 다음 해볼 거는 게임은 이 경험에서 유래됐어요. 그 학생들이 아마 외로운 느낌을 봐서 그 게임을 개발하셨어요. Students heading home for a pit stop after school before continuing on to cram school for the evening. 수업 끝나고 먼저 좀 음식 먹고 학원에 가는 학생이죠. Sledding in the parking lot outside of my apartment in 군산. 군산에는 설매 타는 분이 있어요. Cherry blossoms in spring. 붓꽃. How do I say? 붓꽃이에요. Boys playing baseball in 군산. 농구, 지구, 배구? 아니요. 베이스볼 어떻게 해요? 까먹었어요. One of Korea's favorite sports and a legacy of America's part in the Korean War. 네, 한국 전쟁이라서 미국인들이 한국에 있어서 그 스포츠가 유명해졌어요. 농구, 배구, 축구, 그리고 뭐예요? 베이스볼 뭐예요? 까먹었어요. 미안해요. A picture I shot on a trip to 전주. 전주 너무너무 예뻐요. 너무 예뻐요. Though the sight of piled shoes is so common in Korea that this might as well be anywhere in the country. 네, 그 모습을 그런 신발을 벗고 노하는 모습이 많이 보아서 아무 때나 볼 수 있는데 이 사진은 전주에서 찍으셨어요. Another common sight, pots of fermenting cabbage. 김치 담긴 홍아리예요. Koreans eat kimchi with nearly every meal. 매일매일 김치를 먹어요. And I've come to sorely miss the delicious spicy stuff. 그 개발자가 김치를 먹고 싶어요. 근데 이제 아마 다른 나라에서 살고 있죠. A Korean soldier standing guarding at the DMZ, the most heavily fortified national border in the world. DMZ에는 그 군인이 있어요. 그곳에 군인들이 너무 많아요. 세계적으로 전 세계적으로 제일 너무 많은 군인이 있는 곳이에요. North Korea lies just beyond the blue building, and it was a shock to discover that I could get this close. 개발자님이 그 가까이 있어서 너무 깜짝 놀랐어요. A fence by Freedom Bridge in the DMZ where people have left prayers and messages for inaccessible family members on the other side. 네, 다른 쪽에 있는 가족, 친척들이 있어서 그 종기에 기도를 쓰여 있는 종이에요. Seeing this fence was the major inspiration for my short game Freedom Bridge. Freedom Bridge이라는 게임은 이런 모습으로 보셨으니 게임을 개발하셨어요. Despite the long hours at school and the tension between North and South, there's no shortage of smiling faces in Korea. 학생들이 오랫동안 공부해도 항상 활짝 웃었어요. 네, 좋아요. Loneliness. Arrow keys to move. 방향키로 누르면 움직일 수 있어요. 외로워요. 예, 이 게임은 게임이 아니고 예술 작품이죠. 네, 외로워요. 예, 그 음악을 다시 시작했을 때 좀 이상해졌어요. 예, 조금 작은 문제점이에요. 저는 게임을 할 때 까다로워요. 미안해요. 끝이 있어요? 예, 조금 계속 가면 훨씬 더 어두워요. 먹구름 같은 느낌이에요. 지금 버튼을 누르지 않아요. 계속 어두웠고 먹구름이에요. Among 26 member countries of the OECD, children and adolescents in Korea are the least satisfied with their lives. Many report loneliness as a major factor. I taught those kids for a year. This not game was made for them, and for anyone who has ever felt lonely. 네, OECD 나라 중에 한국에 살고 있는 젊은 사람들이 제일 행복하지 않은 사람이에요. 이유는 외로움 때문에 행복하지 않아요. 개발자님이 그런 외로운 학생들을 많이 가르쳐서 그것 때문에 이 게임을 만들었어요. 게임 아니고 not game. not game은 예술 작품이죠. 네. Reflection. Vagabond at last. Yesterday I walked around Sweet Home for the last time as Gunsan Education Office employees removed the last of government-supplied furniture. The place was much as we had found it 2 years ago, but somehow looked a little less pregnant and a little more abandoned. The wallpaper was new back then, though just as floral. Some of the furniture was already in place, and of course we were arriving instead of leaving, bringing through the door some hopes and expectations. We would have a tub to shower in, fingers crossed. 운이 좋으면 샤워 있어요. But mostly just energy and excitement and a little bit of luggage. 짐 있어요. A little bit of luggage that expanded greatly with hardly any effort, as we discovered in the last few weeks of emptying our lives out. We wanted our house to feel like a home, so we invested in furniture and fish tanks, TV and candle holders, bunny rabbits and picture frames. Neither Marsa nor I have lived anywhere for much longer than 2 years. So far as we're concerned, it's get comfortable in that amount of time, or don't get comfortable at all. So we made the place home, and we named a name coined by my first teacher, Mr. Song, who used to come and collect me at the end of the day and say with a clink of the keys that it was time to return to my sweet home. Then a drive through the rice fields, green or golden or gray depending on time of year. Now our sweet home is empty and gone, and I'm sitting on a bus on the way to the airport watching the Korean countryside float by as I have done many times before. But the difference this time around is that I have no place to return to, not in the immediate sense and not in the long-term sense. Most people when they travel have some kind of base to go back to, a home, a family, a job, a city, a neighborhood, a country, a base that, however distant and loosely held, serves as a normal line on the horizon. Sometimes people uproot themselves, a sojourn to a foreign land to make a new base. Their normal line lies not behind them, but in front of them in that new place, the home to be. Marissa and I have neither of these things. Growing up with nomadic parents who left their homeland before I was born, my home was always wherever my family was living. Likewise, since being married to Marissa, our home has been has been wherever we've set up. Caribou, Minneapolis, Kunsan, the next place. But now, as we set out for a period of extended travel, that next place is gone as much as our current place is slipping away beneath bus tires. As I look out these large windows past the emergency hammer that I think about using, there is no sweet home waiting in my future, no family nor friends to go back to, no employment that I'm preparing for, not even a country that I can land in at some future point, and feel that I've returned home, or at least found my destination. What do I have? A tent, a backpack, and some vague plan to make games about the things I see. I've often felt like a vagabond, but never more than now. 네, 시적인 글자예요. 그 시 내용은 vagabond이라는 말은 아마 나그네 같은 말이에요. 나그네가 됐어요. At last, 마침내 아니면 드디어 나그네가 됐어요. 이라는 말이에요. 그리고 그 개발자님이 모국어? No, 아니요. 모국 없어요? 집이 없어요. 이제 한국에 떠나가고 있고 다른 목적지가 없어요. 목적지가 없어요. 그래서 조금 외로운 느낌이에요. 그리고 계획은 계속 이동하고 나그네처럼 다른 곳에 가고 경험하면서 게임을 개발하는 느낌이에요. 좋아요. Sweet Home Without Us. 네. Being there, web link. 나중에 볼게요. 계속 다음번에는 타이완. 근데 먼저 어디 갔어요? 여기로 가고 군산에는 그런 loneliness이라는 게임을 개발했어요. 그리고 계속 서울 대만. 대만에는 Status Quo, Kindness of Strangers. Status Quo 한번 해볼게요. Hold space or left mouse button to counter the changing gravity and avoid obstacles. You managed to keep the status quo for 12 seconds before getting close to and being absorbed by a larger circle. Press R to try again. Press X to learn about how this game applies to Taiwan. 다시 한번 해볼게요. 다시 한번. 헷갈렸어요. 네, press X. Taiwan has been a de facto independent nation-state since Japan relinquished its colonial hold on the island in 1945. The majority of Taiwan's population is Chinese descent, but many families live on the island for over 300 years, and when polled, most identify themselves as Taiwanese or Taiwanese only as opposed to Chinese. 예, 대만에서 사는 분들이 중국인 아니고 대만인이에요. Despite these facts, the People's Republic of China maintains that Taiwan is an inalienable part of China, based on its governing of parts of the island from 1683 to 1885, and the whole island from 1885 to 1895. China seeks a peaceful reunification with Taiwan and threatens military invasion should Taiwan seek formal recognized independence. 네, 중국 정부가 다시 대만을 가지고 싶어요. 네, 너무 어려운 상황이에요. Taiwan's two main political parties have different approaches in dealing with China, with the Pan-Blue Coalition in favor of maintaining close cross-strait relations and nursing the possibility of reunification, while the Pan-Green Coalition favors less cooperation and an eventual declaration of independence. Power changes hands democratically between the two parties, but whichever party happens to be in power, the blue pan coaxing Taiwan toward China, or the pan-green pushing it away. 예, 동밀다. The major concern of most Taiwanese who desire neither reunification nor war with China is simply that Taiwan neither get too close to China nor antagonize the country by pushing itself too far. 예, 당기 밀다. In short, that the status quo of Taiwan's de facto independence be maintained in the delicate balance act that has been going for decades. 네, 이해해요. Photo gallery. A woman praying and casting stones at multidimensional Longshan Temple in Taipei. Like most temples in Taiwan, Longshan honors a mix of Buddhist, Taoist, and local folk deities. 네, 기도하는 분이에요. Taiwan's ROC flag, flying proudly outside the National Palace Museum, which houses the world's largest collection of artifacts and treasures from mainland China. 그 박물관에는 전 세계적으로 너무 제일 많은 중국 골동품이 있어요. China considers the artifacts stolen and threatens to take them back by force. 중국 정부는 그 박물관에 있는 골동품을 훔쳤다고 생각했어요. Just one of the many tensions that exist between the two nations, which inspired my game status quo. 예, 이것 때문에 그 나쁜 상황이에요. In Taipei, on the metro, I played an elaborate game of sign language with this boy, whose hat read Yo-Yo King, while his sister looked on and laughed hysterically. The game we were playing, I'll never know. 지하철 타면서 그쪽에 아는 아이가 있었어요. 아이랑 재미있는 게임을 했어요. 손 표정으로 게임을 하면서 규칙을 모르는 상태였어요. 그리고 그 아들의 아들 옆에 딸은 웃었어요. 빵 터졌어요. Hiking the historic Goling Trail in the rain above the tropical tree line. 네, 그 트레킹 장소는 이 운동했어요. How do you say? 까먹었어요. 미안해요. 하이킹을 했어요. A family paying their respects at a small mountain shrine. Whether perched on top of a mountain placed unassumingly beside the road or tucked away under a bridge, these shrines seemed omnipresent in Taiwan. 대만에는 그런 모습을 많이 봤어요. 여기저기에 있는 곳이었어요. Tingang Gong Temple in Dali, where we spent the night after hiking Chaoling. Hitching a ride on the back of a pickup in Taiwan's east coast. Our drivers were incredibly friendly and the ocean breeze felt amazing, especially as this was our first real sunny day in Taiwan after 2 weeks of rain. 네, 홍수가 있어서 아니면 장마철이라서 갑자기 해가 나왔어요. 쨍쨍 I don't know how to speak. 한국어 몰라요 사실. 쨍쨍이라서 재미있었어요. Buddhist monks in Toroko Gorge, where we returned to their monastery after visiting a sick friend. After talking for a bit, they insisted on sharing their lunch with us. Delicious honey bread, dessert included. 꿀빵 디저트도 있었어요. 스님들이 저녁을 나누어 먹었어요. 와, 좋아요. Dinner with the Mau Mau, a family in Tainan who took us in sight unseen and treated us like family. One of the many inspirations for my game, The Kindness of Strangers. 예, 이 가족이 뭐라도 그 개발자 가족을 뭐라도 대접했어요. 그리고 저녁을 주었어요. 와, 너무 신기해요. 예, 그것 때문에 The Kindness of Strangers 이라는 게임을 개발했었어요. A picture I took in Kaohsiung Harbor, which embodies the Taiwanese spirit for me. I will never forget all the smiling faces and the outrageous kindness that was shown to us in Taiwan. 항구에서는 기분이 좋은 사람이 많고 그것 때문에 그런 모습으로 기억이 남았어요. 기억들을 만들었어요. The Kindness of Strangers. Use the arrow keys to move. X to jump. Stuck in a deep pit, press X repeatedly to jump on walls. Once you finish, play a second time for a different experience. 네, 이 게임을
I will remember many things about Taiwan. I will remember being wet, feeling that characterized much of the first half of our trip. I will remember Taiwan's beautiful and remote east coast, hiking the historic Kaoling Trail and not minding the rain because the climate made us hot and because our surroundings were gorgeous. I will remember the hot springs. I remember Taiwan's myriad, and I could go on, and shrines, but of all the memories, the ones that I will recall most fondly are of all the times that people helped us. All the times that strangers were kind to us without reason. In Taipei, getting lost, and a woman offering to help us as soon as my map was halfway out of my pocket. In Nanao, a man giving us directions to the local hot springs, and coming after us an hour later on his scooter because he had remembered that the springs were closed for construction. Later, going down the wrong remote road on the way to a train station, and having a mother and daughter stop and offer to drive us wherever we needed to go, offer to take us to an alternate hot spring, to an alternate town, to an alternate train station, because the one we were headed to wouldn't take us to town X, offer to host us in their aboriginal village. In Hualien, stopping for a dinner at a street-side restaurant where no one spoke English, only to have a passerby stop his scooter to have a conversation and help us out. a Los Angelino who was back in Taiwan for military service. Turned out to be a Buddhist restaurant with excellent vegetarian cuisine. The next day, waiting for a taxi to the train station, a passerby introducing himself, asking, then there were the Mau Maus and the Changs, Taiwanese families who hosted us for 3 nights in Tainan and Taichung, and treated us like long-lost family members, despite knowing nothing about us except what I'd posted on couchsurfing.org. For our arrival, the Mau Maus prepared a special meal of chicken feet and ginger rice, and in the mornings, Mrs. Mau Mau wouldn't let us leave the house until we had been properly filled with rice balls and milk tea. On our second night with them, Mr. Mau Mau insisted on taking us to an area of Tainan which we hadn't managed to get to, treating us to special food, and attempting to show us his favorite sights, despite the fact that it was unfortunately late on a weeknight and most places were sadly closed. 2 days later, we stayed with the Changs, and despite having only 24 hours with them, they managed to take us to more than half a dozen locations in Taichung and Yanli, and stuff us to overflowing with delicious Cantonese and Hakka foods and desserts. Absolutely refusing to let us pay for anything, they went so far as to give us presents for Marissa's parents, whom we were soon to meet in Vietnam, and when we left, wouldn't let us get on the train without a packed dinner and hugs all around.
예, 개발자님 말하는 길, 그 곳에 이동하면서 도움을 많이 받았어요. 어디 갈까요? 조금 저는 길치예요. 사실. 예, 개발자님이 여기에요. 개발자님이 이동하면서 도움을 주는 사람들을 많이 만났어요. 사람들이 특히 길을 알려줬어요. 이 게임 마찬가지로 친척 아니고 친절한 사람들이 많았어요. 특히 그 사진에는 배경에 있는 가족은 맛있는 음식을 많이 주었어요. 와.
As our planes sped down the runway, speeding us away from Taiwan, my mind wouldn't stop spinning. Who were these strangers, and why were they so kind to us? Who were these people who took us, sight unseen, into their homes and treated us like family? Who let us sleep next to their laptop computers and digital SLRs and lavished food and gifts on us? Sitting here in my parents-in-law's home in Vietnam, I have no real answer. But what answer am I looking for? Part of me seems to believe that these kind folk we met must have secret identities, that they are the Batmen and the X-Men of doing good, kind people who have planted themselves and wait for us to achieve some special purpose.
영웅이에요.
But I know that is not true. I've had too many encounters with too many kind people in too many countries, and I don't believe in Batman. No, these people are just ordinary people, and that reality is a large part of why I travel. Because for every terrible story my grandmothers have shared with me, from newspapers and television, of physical violence or kidnapping or theft around the world, for every one of those, there are 2 or 3 or 4 stories of someone in the world who's been unreasonably kind to a stranger. And it gives me hope to be part of those stories.
네. 예, 나쁜 사람 있어도 주변에 영웅이 많아요. 그렇게 말했어요. You made it with the help of strangers. Press spacebar to have a different experience. 다시 한번 해보고 조금 단다고 했어요. 어떻게 달아요?
I will remember many things about Taiwan. I will remember being wet, feeling that characterized much of the first half of our trip. I will remember Taiwan's beautiful and remote east coast, hiking the historic Kaoling Trail and not minding the rain because the climb made us hot, and I could go on. Surroundings were gorgeous. But of all the memories, the ones that I will recall most fondly are all the times that people helped us. All the times that strangers were kind to us without reason.
무서워요. 예, 친절한 사람이 없으면 어디로 가는지 진짜 몰라요. 그런 레슨이 가르치고 있죠. 네, 예술 작품이에요. 게임 아니에요. 게임도 있어요. 근데 게임은 그런 후륜 게임이에요. 네, 괜찮아요. 네. Reflection. Oh my god. 한번 해볼게요. 너무 길어요. 나중에 혼자서 이것을 많이 읽어볼게요. 하지만 지금은 영상 때문에 아마 짧게 촬영하고 싶어서 나중에 혼자서 진짜로 이것을 읽어볼게요. 근데 좀 계속하고 베트남, 영어로 베트남, 한국어 베트남 맞죠? The heart attack 무서워요. 뭐예요? You are a heart. Press X to contract when a pulse enters the hot zone on the left, and release in time with the pulses. 예, X키를 누르고 있어요. Your heart. Press M to contract and pulse enters the hot zone at the right. Okay. Oops. 잠깐만요. 미안해요. 무슨 키? X. 미안해요. 이 사진들이 정말 신기해요. 제가 역사적인 사진들을 정말 좋아해요. 전쟁에 대한 게임이죠. 그렇군요. 죽음에 대한 게임이에요. 게임도 있고 예술 작품이에요. 슬퍼요.
It's only a heart attack, but it's mine, but it's mine. Let go his arms, let go his legs, he'll save the best for last.
신기해요. 그 사진들의 누구인지 궁금해요. Ho Chi Minh Mausoleum, a memorial to man and also to a struggle, one of the many conspicuous examples of Vietnam's immortalization of the American War, which inspired my short game, The Heart Attack. 네, 그 박물관? 마우솔리엄 아니고 박물관 아니고 무덤? 정말 커다란 무덤이라는 곳이에요. 그것 때문에 그곳에서 The Heart Attack이라는 게임을 유래됐어요. People enjoying a swim in one of Hanoshi's lakes. 호수예요. Getting a haircut in Hanoi. 네, 머리를 면도하고 있어요. The Vietnamese hold their ancestors in high regard. The constant demonstration of this fact served as inspiration for my interactive sketch, Grandmother. Grandmother이라는 게임은 그 잘례 때문에 잘례에서 유래됐어요. Mopeds and bicycles are the vehicles of choice in Vietnam. I took this short ride 샷은 사진 찍다라는 뜻이에요. While riding through the northern countryside on a moped of my own. 네. The amazing karsts of Ninh Pin rise directly out of rice fields. 네. Note the crosses on the graves. I took this shot from the train while riding through a region of northern Vietnam populated by Christian minority tribes. Palm trees and rice paddies seen from a train window. Hanoi's Lake Tahoe at dusk. 네. Hanoi at sundown. 네. Grandmother. 한번 해볼게요. 에드빈서 게임이에요. 신기해요. 예, 깨끗하게 청소하고 있어요. 물 더 필요해요. 다 청소했죠? 네, 판성 게임이 있죠. 바람 소리 정말 좋아해요. 예, 새 소리도 있어요. 짹짹. 네, 저는 일본 여행 갔을 때 같은 경험이 있었어요. 예, 너무 신기해요. 예, 그 무덤 곳에는 일본에서 다른 분들이 있었어요. 그리고 그 분들이 노래를 불렀어요. 정말 정말 예뻤어요. 네, 기억이 남아요. reflection도 있고 너무 길어서 나중에 혼자서 이렇게 진짜로 읽어볼게요. 지금 아니고 나중에 읽어볼게요. 네, 신기해요. 와, 진짜 길어요. 얼마 동안 있었어요? 궁금해요. 와, 시원해요. 얼마 동안 모르는데 제가 그 날짜를 알고 싶어요. 아마 아니에요. 모르겠어요. 다음은 캄보디아 마지막이에요. The Killer. Please choose which version you would like to play, with music, with ambient sounds. 음악 좋아요. Hold space to start walking. Continue to the fields. The fields are beyond the beach. 해변 후에 잔디밭이 있어요. 농밭이 있어요. 음악이 좋았어요.
I wonder if I'm allowed just ever to be. I wonder if I'm allowed just ever to be.
너무 슬퍼요. Between 1975 and 1979, 1/4 of Cambodia's population died under Pol Pot's Khmer Rouge regime in what may have been the worst autogenocide of human history. Victims were tortured, then taken to fields where they were shot or bludgeoned to death before being left to seep into the earth. Lieutenants like you were eventually killed along with everyone else. 맞아요. Like me, 제가 그 사람을 죽여서 저도 나중에 죽을 것 같아요. 아마 이 게임을 하면서 다른 선택을 한다면 아마 다른 행동을 할 것 같아요. "30 years on, Cambodia is still struggling to recover from the near total destruction of history, culture, and society that resulted from Khmer Rouge's mass murders, social engineering, and attempts to purge the nation." Press escape. 그렇군요. Skulls of Khmer Rouge victims at Chaung Ek killing fields, Cambodia's overwhelming, horrific past prodded me to create The Killer, A Brief History of Cambodia. 네, 맞아요. 너무 슬퍼요. A Buddhist monk on a moped, a common sight in Phnom Penh, as all male Cambodians are expected to serve some time in the ubiquitous orange robes. 모든 남자들이 이렇게 조금씩 해야 해요. 한국처럼 한국인들이 남자들이 다 군인해야 해요. 마찬가지로 그 캄보디아에서 사는 남자들이 이렇게 조금 해야 해요. Eating dinner with Rob, an Australian we met in Phnom Penh. 호주인이에요. And his Cambodian fiancée, Srena. Srena's fun extended family joined us later for a wonderful evening of laughter, eating frog legs, and drinking beer with ice. 예, 개구리 다리를 먹었어요. 맥주도 마셨어요. 네. A kamphongcham, the young and hip lead the way in line dancing, aerobic hybrid workout. 아마 춤추는 운동이에요. 줌바 같은 운동이에요. Meeting an elephant and its driver or man out before taking a ride in Cambodia's isolated eastern region of Mandulkiri. Indigenous highlanders have captured, tamed, and worked with wild elephants here for over 2,000 years. 2000년 동안 코끼리? Yeah, 코끼리를 타는 사람이에요. Taoleng Genocide Museum has detailed records of many of the people who were imprisoned, tortured, and killed by Khmer Rouge. The photo of this young boy with his intense, unapologetic gaze jumped out at me immediately. 박물관에서 그 사진을 보셨으니 좀 놀았어요. 그리고 네, 기억이 남으셨어요. On Gaupen Island, a bamboo bridge you can see in the background. 대나무 다리가 있어요. Is washed away every year during Cambodia's wet season. 장마철에 그 다리가 망해요. And built again when the southwest monsoon passes. 장마철이 갈 때 또 다시 그 대나무로 만든 다리 다시 만들어요. 너무 신기해요. 힘들어요. A painting by Van Na, one of 7 survivors of prison S-21, where 17,000 victims were killed. This image in particular served as inspiration for my short game, The Killer. 네, 그 그림에서 The Killer이라는 게임을 유래됐어요. Savorn, a wonderful Angkor tour guide, studying his English while he waits for Marissa and me at a temple stop. No kidding, that's a grammar book. 그 문화? No, 문화. What is it? 문법에 대한 책 읽고 있어요. 영어 문법 책. The incomparable Angkor Wat. 너무 유명한 절이에요. 그 아마 개발자님이 있어요. 마지막 게임이에요. Use your mouse to interact. 무서워요. 그렇군요. 왜 그런 게임이 있어요? 너무 무서워요. 안 돼요. 너무 싫어요. 너무 싫어. 하고 싶지 않아요. 계속 할 수 없어요. 와, 너무너무 감동적이에요. Cambodia is like Australia. 진짜요? 네. 네, 나중에 혼자서 읽어볼게요. Credits. 조던 magnuson. 네, 조던 magnuson 이라는 개발자님이 정말 잘했어요. 네, 음악도 좋았어요. 킥스타터 게임이에요. 진저한 사람이에요. 네, 예, 특히 와이프를 칭찬을 주었어요. 네, 신기해요. 네, 시청자분들이 여기까지 보셔서 정말 감사합니다. 이 영상은 보통 영상보다 다른데 어떻게 생각하세요? 재미있는지 없는지 댓글을 남기고 알려주세요. 그리고 특히 개발자님에게 감사하고 싶은데요. 그 개발자가 저를 연락하지 않으면 이 게임을 몰았을 텐데요. 재미있어서 사실 제가 예술 작품 게임들을 정말 좋아해서 네, 재미있었어요. 신기했어요. 흥미로워요. 맞죠? 네, 그리고 아마 개발자님이 한국어로 잘 하는지 잘 몰라서 조금 영어로 그 개발자님에게 개발자님을 위해서 말을 좀 할게요. Yeah, Jordan, thank you for showing me this game. I wouldn't have known about it otherwise, so I'm really glad that you contacted me. This was really interesting. I really like art games, and so yeah, I found this very interesting. And what I was saying earlier was that I'm definitely going to read your notes, your reflection papers later, but they're a little long for this video, so I didn't read them during the video, but I will read them later, just by myself. But yeah, thank you for showing me this. This was really cool, and yeah, I hope your game does well. yeah, that's all I have to say. I hope that you're happy with this video I recorded for you. Thank you for sharing your game with me. And safe travels. I hope you travel very safely, and I hope you find a place that you can call home, or at least that if you don't, your travels will be what you enjoy for, the things that you do in life. Have a good time. Enjoy. 네, 여기까지 보셔서 정말 감사합니다. 나중에 봐요. Bye.